we talked to when we talked to Avala, she seemed to kind of imply that actually the Black Coil weren't exactly all bad, because it was more the council that were the baddies. But they have deployed our Defoliant, so clearly they're all Defoliant we found. We learned that it's the other guy, isn't it? It's Zadre. He wanted to make changes to Defoliant, so he did.
Yeah.
But it seems to be, apart from making food taste bad, it seems to be alright. It's keeping the jungle at bay. That's kind of.
So it's all sorted.
Is it pushing stuff out of the? Is it just going to keeping status quo, or is it actually helping, as it were?
I think it's always kept at a certain distance, and then obviously the life evolves to be less, for the Defoliant to be less efficient, so they have to keep making it. It's like an antidote for a virus. They have to keep making it new recipes to make it more efficient, and this one seems to be. I don't know what that'd be like. I know, it's hard to imagine a real life example, but this one seems to be pretty good. But obviously, there's a cost that wasn't there before. But your overall purpose was to find out sort of the purity, I guess, of the city itself. And with this whole Blackscale Coil thing, it's pretty clear that stuff is like you said, stuff isn't going right.
That's it. Investigate the presence of corruption in the city and whether the people are worth saving. Wow, that's quite dramatic now I look back, isn't it?
Yeah.
And just to touch back on some lore in the city, I keep obviously look at this image quite a lot, but I look at it now, I see a lot of fumes pouring through the streets up into the air. Is that the natural state of the city, or is that just? Yeah. So they are used to just fog everywhere but it's good fog that keeps the jungle.
Yeah, but as Milo said last time, you could probably tell in this middle bit where all the rich people live.
Yes, I see.
It's less polluted.
Well, to be fair, not to play devil's advocate, there's probably less jungle in the middle. I guess.
Also less smog if you live in a tall house above it all.
That's true.
Yeah, if you're further away from the cannons, and you can afford that. You can afford that bit.
So we need to be gardens in the middle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot. Defold. So we've got lots to do. What is our living situation? I don't know. I quite liked Molasses. Quite like the slaughter pit or the fighting arena. Maybe we should set up a little. Kind of shack near there, or found a property she's squatting in.
The conclave will probably provide you with accommodation.
I'll take a big tower then in the middle.
But you could probably have had some say.
Somewhere near the fighting pit for me.
Somewhere near the fighting pit. Okay.
Not sure what Zuriel will be up to. Is it, being a martial stormcasty type, probably not hitting the taverns and living in an opulent B&B somewhere. Certainly, he's been honing his spellcraft to a more focused level. So I think he's mostly sort of training, reading. In whatever library he's trying to study the art of spellcraft rather than just the power of the ether.
Right, and Carrich have a comfortable, not really impressive place to live in by the fighting pits, so that he can keep an eye out on someone else. Maybe, maybe it's you.
So you want somewhere preferably between the fighting pits and sort of the libraries. Okay.
Yeah, so a nice little spot for everybody.
Okay, cool. And you want to have your own place, or are you going to be in a tavern, or?
I think Carrich would want his own place, to be honest.
Yeah,
But he can't really, but he can't really afford it, so he would have to settle for living with others.
Oh man, why are you so poor?
Because
Why are you always playing someone who's poor?
this is the second time it happened, I think. Yeah.
Doesn't
Torgor.
Orixion have like 300?
Yeah, but we would
Aqua.
lean on Orixion for that do-gooder.
Yeah,
I
me
think-
and Orixion are both pretty wealthy.
I got like 20, I think.
I think Molasses would have made enough some good money on the fighting circuit. Enough to
I actually think it's just, yeah, it's just 20 drops. That's it. That's all I have.
Orixion has not recorded how much money he has, so he's probably just in the offices of the council reading scrolls. That's about it, I think.
Cool.
Tinkering with his lantern. Why won't it get brighter? Maybe killing some pests with it.
Alright, cool. Hang on, my webcam's just died.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I thought you were just hunched over.
Yeah, okay, I'm back. Alright, cool.
Nope. Wait, let me refresh.
Refreshing.
Yeah, there he is.
Okay.
Refreshing.
Hello.
Refreshing.
Oh, I never. I was torn from a few talents actually. I was going to put. Wait. What does everyone else do with their XP in the end then?
I got 2 new feats. Talents or
4
what?
feet?
Yes.
Hey. So he can be ninja plants in the ground.
What's
Talent
wait,
feats. I'm not sure what they're called in
Yeah,
this game. But
talent? I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
What talents did you get?
I got these 2. One second.
I think.
And they kind of work together, which is why I got them. So I got this first.
There we go.
Can you see it?
Yep. Territorial. Ooh.
Nice.
Ooh.
And then,
Yeah. I remember seeing that.
to add to it, I got this.
Yes.
So you can see how it works together.
Lunging with a hammer,
And people
eh?
call me a min-maxer.
It's not min-maxing, it's making things make sense.
That's what a min-maxer would say.
No, I'm not playing around with like numbers and shit. I'm just picking talents that make sense for my character.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
I've got a few good ones. I've got a couple that would maximise dealing out a bit of like knifey backstabby damage, and a couple that are a bit more for out of combat, helping with tests on like deception and
What?
intimidation.
Outside of combat? Is that a thing in this game?
Yeah.
Well,
I
so
thought it
you-
was all
sorry, I
about-
wasn't listening. Did you get something out of combat?
So I'm trying to figure out which way I want to go because they're quite cool. There's yeah.
Also, Olly,
Hmm.
how many free actions do you allow?
Ugh, I don't know. 1?
Okay.
Yeah. I think that sounds right.
No, it's because like I read that it's usually 1, but it's up to the DM. It's up to the DM to decide.
Oh, well, yeah, we can do it on an ad hoc basis. I don't... Like, if you can do it at the same time, like, say something and do something with your hands, for example.
Okay.
I think I'm going to be boring and go with this one. Hit and run. It just works so well with what I'm doing. Basically means after I've done damage, I can literally just for a free action skip away and.
I mean, it sounds pretty spot on.
Although
Yeah.
although that actually, Daryl's question is very important because actually, if I was using my turn, a free action to take my stealth test to do a backstab, because I then use a free action to then bugger off using hit and run. It does get because that
Just
kind of
means you
would.
would have to start making choices.
Well, I think a good combo with hit and run though would be charging. So, for example, like I'm defending
Yeah.
the zone, you charge
Sure.
in, run out, and I'm still defending the zone.
This is true, but I like
Yeah.
to backstab things.
Also, it's funny, the producer of Soulbound only today was telling me that this episode of the campaign is to teach players that they can't solve everything with combat.
Well, then maybe that's a hint. Maybe I should. You know what? I've got some good. I'm gonna choose. But it's annoying. There's two separate talents. One helps you with lies, and one helps you with intimidation. It's annoying that it kind of splits those in two branches. You know what I mean?
But they are different.
Yeah, but
What, an intimidation?
it's effortless deceit that gains advantage in a post test to deceive others when telling lies, forging documents, and disguising yourself. And then intimidating manner, advantage in a post test for threatening, intimidating, and cajoling. So it's I don't know. It's a bit annoying. That's so separate to each other.
Ah, you can't have it all. Damn
I know,
those designers.
I know, they put it through. I think lying works better for.
I mean, yeah, that is your go-to.
Yeah, okay, right. I'll take effortless deceit.
What my friend is trying to say is...
Not in this character, but she still would be lying. There's 40 documents, which I've already done. That was a illusion, so it's kind of a bit weird, but still.
That's true.
Yes.
I mean, you get an advantage on your illusions.
Well, yeah, I will use that.
I mean, that last part is perfect for you.
Exactly.
When unaffected by spells,
This is true.
and effects that compel you to the truth.
Mm,
Perfect.
I've taken that one, and I took a point of guile as well. So
nice.
there we go.
That'd be great if Orixion ever tries to make you
Yeah, there you go.
unburden yourself.
No more. Great. Right. Sorry, that's all decided then. All done.
Brilliant. All right. We shall begin.
Let's do it.
So we join the action. The party is walking near the Burnished Gate, which is number 10 on the map. So it's one of the main gates into the city. When you hear a shout, go up from the walls. Monsters! Monsters approaching! So you run up on top of the walls and you look out into the mists. And you see a band of creatures emerging from the jungle, with jagged blades clutched in their hands.
Oh my goodness.
Loose skin hangs from their bones, and twisted horns stab upwards from their heads. With cyclopic eyes they scan the ground, and then, like hounds spying their prey, leap forward. 100 yards ahead of them, a ragged man stumbles towards Ambleguard. His clothes are torn, but despite his evident terror, he seems unable to run, each step more halting than the last. And you can see the Free Guild soldiers trying to open the gate.
So this is literally the key art I was just looking at. Then.
Yes. Yep.
That's good.
No more spoilers. So what do?
Rush out.
I mean, I'll see it play out. I'll see it play itself out. And also, point of order, only one of us ran out the gate, because one of us shadow leaped, one of us flew, and one of us teleported. It's just Carrich plodding along on his own.
Hey, Zuriel doesn't teleport for frivolity.
Oh, of course he does.
As for exciting breach and clear operations.
We heard a scream to get to the ramparts. Of course, terrible. Anyway, Molasses is kind of curious to see how it all plays out. She's just leaning back.
All right, Zuriel.
Zuriel charges on foot with fire and fury.
All right, as does an Orixion.
His steadfast brother in arms floats beside him.
All right. And Carrich is plodding forward.
Mm-hmm.
So what do? Do you go onto the attack, or do you try and rescue the man, or
Rescue the man. That's all that's important. At least for Carrich.
How much danger is this man in?
If you saw the key art, quite a lot of danger. They're pretty horrifying.
Hang on, I didn't get any art.
No, you just know what?
What?
it's on
The
the
man behind the curtain.
it's the key art for the campaign in Roll20 you see before you launch the game.
I see.
Oh, I haven't
I'm
seen
going to
it.
go and look at it now, aren't I?
Yeah,
But
gonna
there
have
are
Spoilers.
I think I've still got it on my desktop. I can share it in. Hang on.
He does look like he's in danger.
He does look like he's dangerous. That's what I'm saying. Those things with belly.
Sorry, I didn't catch all of the intro because I was actually reworking my skills to take a talent as well. But there were beasts. They're attacking. That's the main
well, if you roll me a lore or theology test,
God,
you can tell me what they are.
Surely will. I think I've got no points in either of those, but maybe Orixion knows a bit about that. Maybe. Oh, yeah, Orixion, he's got one. He's got a point in the theologies.
Nice.
But actually, I'm going to do it for Orixion anyway.
I think I do as well.
Because 4 DN4.
Yeah, I do.
Yep. 4-2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just what you needed.
Clinical.
So Orixion knows these to be plague bearers.
It's actually Zuriel I rolled as, so he knows.
Oh, yes,
but they
he
share a
knows.
hive mind today, so.
No. Yes, you recognise them as plague bearers, and you. One thing you know about plague bearers is that their weapons carry deadly disease.
So what's the lay of the plague bearer land?
So there's 3 swarms of 7, obviously. The blessed number. And they are probably like a zone away from this guy.
Are there any others that we're aware of?
No.
Oh, well, Zuriel just immediately screams and charges at them. He is demons are his most hated foe of all foes, as per the talents that he took. And he is just immediately battle raged up, like crackling about him.
Nice. So you jump straight into combat. Carrich, you are going to rescue the man. Okay.
Pick a new short-term goal. Sorry, keep on going.
Zuriel, Orixion is going to be with you, Zuriel, I imagine, or?
What would Orixion do?
Trying to blast them from afar, I think.
I do think that he would come and try and get a little taste of the demon killing with his brother, of whom he seems to be jealous.
Yeah.
Did you decide that his character is jealous of you? That's very interesting.
No, it's.
I think he's very jealous of me.
It's an existing character thing that Orixion is a little jealous that he's been basically behind a desk doing diplomacy all these many years, and Zuriel's been on the front lines, and he wants to be a fighter as well, or more so than he has been recently.
Yeah.
Daryl, did I hear you try and claim the new short goal was to save this guy? You can't just set a new short goal every session.
No, I'm setting a new short goal.
I actually was going to set a short goal, sort of a goal of kill some demons, because I've had these talents about demons I've not used yet, and I was like, there's not many demons.
Why would you think I was just going to write a short goal? Wouldn't Olly know this? I literally said I'm going to write a short goal.
You were muttering I'm just setting a new short goal, is what I heard you say.
Yeah, because I remember that my previous one was save civilians, so now I saw
Okay.
Alright. So Zuriel and Orixion, roll me some attacks.
Sure thing. Well, Zuriel will start by slinging some arcane bolts.
Nice.
The first arcane bolt at the nearest plague bearer he can see.
Mm-hmm.
Is a paltry 2 successes. So so it's just 2 damage.
Just 2 damage.
So he'll metal it up and sling another bolt.
Fine. That takes out 1 plague bearer.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Yeah.
I start to think he should maybe use some kind of zone attack.
I mean, would have been perfect.
Yeah, he'll smash an arcane blast into the nearest grouping.
Yeah. I'm just going to track the number of...
Alright, that
Nice.
then does
Oof.
2 damage to everything in the zone.
You can make it 3 6s.
Oh,
with
that's
your
correct.
focus.
I can. I forgot my focus. Yeah, 3 damage to all of in the zone as a sheet lightning emerges from his fingertips. But actually,
Oh yeah, just at the last part. Each 2 additional successes. Yeah.
he deals +1 damage to demons, so that's actually 4 damage to all the demons.
And these are swarms, so you actually do double damage to the
Nice.
zone.
So they are obliterated.
Yeah, I mean, I can stop tracking. Yeah.
Milo, is that on purpose? Each 2? Wait, it's written.
No, that appears to be a typo. Each additional success increases damage by 1.
Cool. And then Orixion, please.
That would be a shit spell.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Well, Orixion will then wangle his light bulb around, and he will attempt to manifest the miracle light of Sigmar with his focus to increase. He only has 1 training in each. But he'll do it anyway. No, he'll probably double the focus. Whatever. Here he goes. It's a 5-1.
So is Orixion...
Cracking. Jolly good. He uses focus to bump one of those up to a 5,
Nice.
successfully dealing 1 damage to all of the enemies in that zone.
Unfortunately, they have 1 point of armor each. So,
Who they?
yeah.
We've finally broken the spell of whenever Alex isn't piloting his character, it rolls really well.
Yeah.
So he, well, to be fair, I didn't use his metal, so perhaps he just does it again.
Yeah. Did you use 1 to double your focus the last time?
I didn't double the focus. I just used the regular 1 focus.
Okay.
Because that one's after the roll, innit? That didn't roll properly.
I mean, although you can use the metal to have the damage ignore armor, so they actually do take damage.
Oh, so you are. You've read the thing that I just clicked by accident that I didn't. That's what he would have done.
Yeah. Also remember the diplomat talent. And its
Yes.
many edge cases.
It's potentially really awesome once every 3 sessions if you remember. Much like half the talent list of every game I've ever read the rulebook for.
Yeah.
Fair.
Noble peer. R.I.P.
I did my best. You meet some nobles at a party.
Yeah. Right, go on then, roll me another devotion.
No, sorry, that was his focus for that. He's using it to ignore armor.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, then he manages to fry another swarm.
They catch each other's eyes and do the sort of hero nod.
So, Carrich, you reach this person and they pretty much just collapse onto you as you get towards them, like they're just completely injured beyond. They can't even walk stand on their own 2 feet. What do you do?
Is it someone who I can comfortably carry back?
Yeah.
Then I do that.
Okay. Molasses, you still watching the show?
Yeah, everything seems pretty in hand. It's quite fun. She's enjoying the show. It's pretty good.
Gonna go get stuck in?
How many demons are left?
7.
Are there any shadows?
No, it's out in the open.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
They're quite a few zones away by now. You probably won't be able to.
You must remember this.
What is that?
It's the bell.
Finally being no shadows. See Alex McHugh's. It's wait, on camera. It says nope, not today on it.
Yeah.
Not today.
I
I didn't need a magic 8-ball to roll.
took it from his desk when he left, and cherish it on my own.
I mean, I can do stuff at long range. Is there anything I can? Actually, I can't actually. So there's nothing wrong thing. What do I could do? Ooh, I could. No, I could swap places with people, but they probably wouldn't let me do that. No, it's fine. I'll let them carry on. They're doing very good. It's very entertaining. She's having a laugh.
Wait! Use it!
I don't want to save the man. I don't care about him yet. I'm not. You're not in peril. You've got 2 Stormguards saving you. You're fine. I could swap you 2 around with each other, next to each other, just for fun.
The injured man shouts, "I have these amazing magical daggers for the person who rescues me."
I have a blank parasol that you can just put up and it puts shadows over 3 zones.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
A shadow bomb.
A shadow bomb, that'd be amazing.
Alright, cool. So the how far are you away from the plague bearers, Zuriel? And I guess you're at maximum possible range.
No, I don't think so. I think because they were charging in to engage, but sort of firing on the go. So they would be making to engage.
Okay.
So they probably moved a zone closer.
Alright, so I think the last swarm will definitely reach you then. I'm going to randomise who they actually go for.
Sure, these ones don't explode on you as well.
So 1 to 3 is Zuriel. It's Orixion, of course. He's not here to roll his eyes at me. As he takes more damage. Right, so it's plus 1d6 per plague bearer in the swarm. So
average defense.
So it says 4d6 for a normal attack, and then it says add 1d6 per plague bearer in the swarm, so it would be 11d6.
Who's it gonna hit exactly?
Orixion.
What's his
He also has a medic talent.
that's not a very good roll. So what's his armor?
He is,
Sorry, his defense.
Average defense.
Alright, so yeah, these are average attacks, so 4s. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 4 hits. And he's got 2 armor.
Yep.
But
So
you
take-
got
so you
6. Does that not ignore armor?
Does it?
Doesn't the 6 ignore armor? Or am I just confused?
No, that was those thugs.
Ah.
Thuggery doos.
Yeah.
He's a smelly plague bearers. You've seen these guys before. They were quite a lot harder to kill when you last saw them.
Yeah. And now you must make a fortitude test or be poisoned.
A fortitude test? My, that doesn't sound good. What's the DN?
4-2.
Would you look at that?
On 3 dice as well.
3 dice, 2 successes. Big dog. Orixion is pure of mind, body, and soul.
Yeah. And I assume I'm assuming he uses the light of Sigmar again to fry these fools.
You would think so. You would think so. Is it his turn to act? Let's see if he can clear him out.
It's new round.
Even though Zuriel wants to more, he also might explode if he miscasts. So you know. Let's give this chap a go. Yep. Once again, he is able to do 1 damage and use a point of metal to have it ignore armor.
Yeah, they all fizzle away and burn.
Finally, his lantern is good
Milo.
for an enemy. He's not here. Yep.
You've got a focus point.
Correct.
Ah.
Does 2 damage ignoring armor.
Or is the one success? Is that just?
It's turning a 4 to a 5, makes it 2/5. So each additional success is an extra damage. So it's 2.
Okay. Yeah, nice. Okay, cool. So they all die.
Everybody dies.
Yeah. I thought previously that if you took damage from the plague bearers, you get this horrible disease, but actually it says if you suffer a wound. That doesn't make it as bad. I thought it was really like a bit harsh.
Really gnarly.
Yeah. Cool. So the three good soldiers come out and help you carry this man into the city gates, and then they close it behind Zuriel. And I guess you don't even. They probably know that you don't even need to use the gate. Both of you.
Yeah.
One of you've got wings, and one of you can teleport. So.
Yeah, they've seen him lightning bolting around town.
Yeah.
Grabbing an apple from a stall and being like, "See ya."
Exactly.
That's exactly what he'd be doing.
So as you sort of carry the man through the gates, you can see that he's little more than skin and bones. His lips are cracked, swollen, and in some places appear to have been eaten away.
Ooh.
The skin on his left knee is torn open as he stumbled. Dozens of writhing worms wriggle in his flesh. His feet are bound in blood-soaked strips of cloth, apparently torn from the rest of his outfit. A leather satchel seems to be his only possession, and he clutches it to his chest, as if what little life he has left depends on it.
Molasses appears beside the man, leaps down to you, says, "This man seems not long for this world. I think we should end his life now. I'll happily do it."
Are we all together now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Orixion steps forth and says, "Hold, friend. This man is in great pain, but I have learned much about treating the wounds of men in my years of study.
You could treat
Maybe
wounds,
he can still be saved."
I suppose.
Can Orixion attempt to apply some salves to his wounds, or otherwise assess him? He has the medic talent, which this doesn't specifically do anything for out of combat, or out of party, but he'd love to.
Yeah.
He'd
What
love
does
to have a look at him.
What does the medic talent do?
Well, it's really long, so I'll just do that.
Oh wow!
Basically,
Jesus
enables him
Christ.
to heal allies' wounds instead of resting.
Oh yeah.
But if this man has perhaps a deadly wound or something like that, he could
Yeah.
perhaps help him in his application of medicine.
Yeah. So roll me a 4-2 medicine check, and make it 4-1 because you're a medic.
Roger that. Nails it with 1 success.
Nice.
Sorry, 2 successes. I
I
can't
like-
read the chart today. I'm like, what does that say? It says 2? Yeah, that's a 1.
You okay?
I think I'm just a bit more tired than I realised. Yeah, my brain's a bit fuzzy.
So Orixion realizes that basically he's infested with parasites and fungi and all sorts, and even with expert care he is unlikely to live more than a week.
Oh well.
But he does his best to do what he can, but
is that a result of like the encroaching jungle, or is that probably more like some of the plague bears?
what is?
The infested with fungi and grossness and all this stuff.
Yeah, I think it's sort of various things from being in the jungle. Clearly,
miscellaneous
Yeah,
hazards.
infections and all sorts. Yeah, so he's just I guess one of the free guild, the captain on the watch, or the sergeant, suggests taking him to the the infirmary kind of thing.
Nice.
They're up to you to sort of give the order.
I think Orixion would probably take charge of that and say, I have done what I can to ease this man's suffering. See that he is looked after, but isolated from any other patients you may have.
I definitely snatched his leather satchel. Curious as to what's been going on. Not to hide it, remove it as it's been taken away.
He holds on to it weakly, but it's very clear you're just taking it off him, and he's like this.
Yeah.
Do you still do it, or?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I'm not a sympathetic character.
As they carry him away, he's reaching after it. It's like, no.
Be thankful you still have your hands.
I mean, if he's carried away to the infirmary, then Carrich would actually follow.
Okay. Okay. What do you do as you sort of follow? Do you try and talk to him, or?
No, he'll. What Carrich will try to do is just go up to the infirmary, to see that he's being treated, taken care of, and just spend some time there, because I don't know, maybe we don't know what we don't know what this guy knows, and if he knows anything. He clearly had something important in whatever he had in that satchel, and right now he's in no state to actually get asked any questions. So just keep an eye out, make sure that he's okay, and then when the time is right, make sure that nothing happens to him. So protect him basically, and then ask questions.
Okay. So they take him to number 38, which is Lady Vespril's infirmary. Molasses inside the satchel. It's mostly water. It contains a knife, a tinderbox, an empty canteen, and a book. It's waterlogged and mostly destroyed, but there are some notes that are still legible.
Molasses losing interest in the leather bag. Where's that bookie fellow? Flicks through it. Anything stand out? Anything kind of recognizable instantly? Anything kind of just jumps out the page? Any drawings?
Not really. It seems to be some sort of journal with sort of dates and brief descriptions made. You can see his name is Corin Vliesman.
Corin Vliesman. That's not how it's spelled. That's fine. Okay. Well, the whole party gone with the injured man.
No. Zuriel. I don't know what Zuriel would be up to. He's just like, right, that's done then.
Would we probably not check the ramparts? There's not another wave of.
Yeah, that's probably a good shout.
We can go check the ramparts and
He
go with the
could
book.
probably be up keeping watch.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, there we go.
I have some insanely large handouts. Let me just screenshot them to make them smaller.
With this game and massive handout.
Gotta get your money's worth, man.
I ain't like that they're insane.
It look amazing, but
Right, let me just. I've screenshot them, so they're going to be much smaller.
There we go, the Discorder in the.
There you go. Someone read it out loud so I can whilst I upload the next one.
I saw it. Oh, I lost it. And I saw it.
Alright, so day.
There you
Go
go.
ahead.
Go on, Daryl.
Day 1. Expedition sets out. All in good spirits, well prepared and well equipped. Once clear of Avangard, David announced. David. Oh yeah. Announced that the Stormvault we are seeking contains treasure amid. The hell is that?
Said to heal all hurts and cure all sickness.
Said. Yeah, someone else read it. I can't read this handwriting.
Day 4, slow progress today. 5 sick with some kind of fever. Halted for the afternoon to permit extra rest. Heart, track, impatient, but understands health of expedition.
Heart rock.
Well, if you say so. But understands health of expedition important. Scouts believe we are being observed. Seraphon? Question mark. No clear sightings. Doubled night watch. First casualty. Candidate taken by something in the lake when filling water. Water party fired 50 rounds to no effect. Have discussed ammunition discipline with all hands. Day 9, horrendous flies. Horrendous flies. Everyone bitten, continual pain. Oh no, this doesn't sound like it's going well. Trying to stick to higher ground. 2 lost today. Handthal succumbed to some kind of rot. Grimberg 8 unfamiliar berries. On track, furious. Reminded all dangers of unfamiliar food. Route climbing steeply now. Day 15. Attacked by strange beasts. 3 days in a row. Built defensive camp. Fort Heart Ruck on mountain ridge, relieved to be out of the jungle for a time. 16 dead. 22 wounded to continue. Wounded will remain in camp, still recovered, then strike out for Ambleguard. Concerned about ammunition. Dennison commended of valor by Heart Ruck. Killed 3 with a hand axe. Lizard meat. Tough but acceptable. Oh, I thought they'd fought like lizard men, but no. Just lizards they off the ground, it's fine. Day 22, lost 2 fire spitters at river crossing. Worse, lost carried supplies. Head count now 60. Rations halved. Have enough supplies to push on for a week at most. Why would they halve the rations when most of them are dead? You can double the rations. Rookie mistake.
A rookie mistake.
An Orixie mistake.
And then just the second page as well.
Oh my god. Zoom. Ooh, zoom. Day 29. Major excitement. We found stone pillars that accord with David's predictions. According to David, the inscriptions say the Stormvault should be a week's travel from here. Good news is we barely have enough supplies to make it out. We can now return to Ambleguard secure, new backing, and try again knowing the route. We'll discuss the route forward with David at noon. Men enjoying well-deserved rest. Here begins the log of the Vliesman expedition. This is our man Vliesman. Regret to record that Heartrock has refused to turn back, convinced Sigmar will provide. Fools. Angry words on all sides have convinced 25 souls to join me in attempting to immediate return. Remaining 21 will go with Heartrock via their feet has been sealed. Day 32. Still 23 of us. Food short, but progress good. Day 40. Rowling sick this morning. Told him to walk or we'd have to leave him. Abandon him at noon. Valuable time lost. 4 more have fever. Day 55. Lost 7 to monsters, not animals. Demons calling our names. Forest so twisted even demons are full of parasites. 5 of us remain. Day 61. Just me now. Hollis broke a leg at a river crossing. Rotten luck. Left her a crossbow. Too heavy for me. Hopefully she'll delay the hunters a bit. Yeah, this guy's a piece of work. Day 71. No sign of the hunters. Can smell defoliant. I will not let this jungle kill me.
Oof.
Sounds like it went really well.
Did Molasses read it all out loud?
I guess maybe because to Zuriel, maybe while they're perched on the watch, she's reading out in some.
Oh, like it's a saucy novel or something.
Yes.
Ooh yes. Ooh yes, another 13 dead.
Yes, there was certainly some commentary on that.
Yeah, she's sat on the side of the wall like Deadpool, like swinging her legs, just like.
That actually was in my head exactly. Yeah.
I think throughout this, if Molasses is paying any attention, she can notice Zuriel just becoming very tense and sort of that slight lack of composure.
Well, it sounds like a bit of a wasted effort, don't you think, Zuriel?
It sounds like lots of good folk may have been lost. But the good news is that we know there are demons out there, and that gives us purpose.
What's this about some Stormvault? That sounds like the kind of thing you know about, some kind of gambit nonsense.
Would I know anything about that?
What's that?
Stormvault? That does sound like a Sigmar-y thing, doesn't it?
The Storm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me a theology or something.
I'll roll theology. Can I have a bonus because I'm a Stormcast?
Yeah.
And because I read the story so well, you get extra bonus.
That too. What's the DN?
We'll do a 4-2. But bonus makes it 3-2. So yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, sweet.
Cool. So Stormvaults. You've heard of these things. During the Age of Myth, Sigmar found many items of great power. Finding some too dangerous to use yet impossible to destroy, he locked them away in specially constructed buildings, meant to conceal and protect the artifact for all time. Each Stormvault was protected by a fearsome guardian and a penumbral engine, a magical device so powerful it not only obscured the location, but erased it from the memory of all who ever had known it, including Sigmar.
Wow.
Unfortunately, when the Necro Quake erupted through the realms, it damaged the delicate magics of the penumbral engines. Suddenly, Stormvaults seemingly sprung up into existence. Yeah, so you've probably heard rumours of these Stormvaults appearing, clues appearing to them, and lots of treasure hunters and all sorts of people, groups, factions after them and what power they contain.
So not that I know anything about this, but just out of curiosity, like, so are there many Stormvaults and many artifacts, or many Stormvaults need like one artifact? Is that what?
Yeah, I think it's one artifact per.
So
Yeah.
artifact per. And this one particularly has a treasure that heals all hurts and cures all sickness. That sounds rather boring to me. Hurting and sickness is part of life and should be encouraged, I think.
It is of great concern to me if this is a true Stormvault, or despite what the rumours may promise, such things are locked away for good reason.
Sounds like quite the dangerous journey as well to get through there. Not only the many demons, but these horrendous flies very much don't make me want to go and find anything.
We could be sure that if this group were looking for it, that there'll be others. Maybe in our best interests to uncover the Stormvault ourselves and secure it.
But the horrendous flies. You're forgetting about the horrendous flies.
Yeah, flies can't bite Shadow now, can they? He'll be alright.
That's a very good point. Well, it seems like this half.
You'll like it.
This is very true. Well, half of this excursion seemed to have split off. I mean, it sounds like they're one of the smarter ones to forge on. This Vliesman seems like a complete idiot to me. Losing all his men, plumping back.
Well, one way or another, he has paid the price. He will not see out the week. Wonder if Carrick's made friends with him yet.
Yeah, certainly. He seems to make friends very easily, that one. He's got a bit of nature.
After 10 minutes of walking, he's probably like just here. Guy's probably still unconscious. What you do notice though, Carrick, as you walk towards the sort of the main thoroughfares, the sort of you and the soldiers and the man you're carrying start to attract attention, and people start whispering, and even someone comes up to the Free Guild sergeant, and you don't hear what they say, but the soldier says, what is it? He goes, "Aye, this appears to be the last remaining survivor of the Heart Rock expedition. Now step aside." And then you can kind of almost see that information spreading throughout the crowd.
Okay.
And you start to hear shouts like, "Did you find the Stormvault?"
So I'm up to date.
Yeah.
Well, Carrick doesn't know any of the stuff we found out, but to be fair.
He doesn't look like he's cured all ills.
So, what does the rest of you do then? Do you go to meet up with Carrick, or do you?
Well, yeah, I would say to Zuriel that, well, if we're dead set on throwing ourselves into this madness, the one thing that you're missing is the actual instructions or path. There's nothing in here that actually tells us where to go particularly. Maybe we do need to go and talk to this feeble, diseased man and find out what he knows. And maybe we'll go and claim the treasure that he couldn't succeed in.
I concur. Perhaps you are right. We can go and secure, for the good of all, the treasure in the Stormvault. For I believe that is what you meant, Molasses.
Yes, definitely not destroy the thing that heals all wounds and sickness. Let's save it.
Or secure it, so that none may touch it. As I said.
That'll do me fine.
I'm glad we're in agreement. Let's go find out what Carrich's been up to.
Oh, yes.
And Orixion just like floats over the town and is like, I found him. He's still walking.
He's not very far off.
It's a big sleepy butterfly.
Diplomacy from the skies. I'm just gonna get a hobnob on there back.
Oh, treat yourself.
Yeah, you've got some hobnobs in, and we haven't had biscuits in for ages. I fucking love hobnobs.
What is a hobnob?
It's like an OT biscuit, but I assume they're the chocolate covered one, is it?
Yes, the chocolate ones are supreme. The regular ones are also excellent, but their primary purpose is to make a cheesecake base.
That's true.
Don't yell at me if I'm completely wrong, but aren't these like digestives?
Yeah, but more OT, more crumbly.
Yeah, exactly that.
Okay.
Like kind of obviously, it was like almost like a flapjack, but flattened, quite sticky.
Yeah, sort of halfway between those two.
Yeah,
That's
That's true.
That sounds nice.
Wow, something that really finally brought us all together.
Hobnobs will do that, though.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Cool. So, yeah, as you arrive at the infirmary, there's already quite a crowd following you, and this poor Corrin bloke. People like desperate for information, and there's even merchants and other kind of travelers and treasure hunters yelling, sort of to give good money for any information that this guy has on the location of the Stormvault. And eventually you reach... Go on.
I was going to say he's still pretty out of it, I assume.
Yeah. He's not like, hey, Benji, nice to see you. So you arrive at the infirmary. He's given a room to himself. He's sort of made comfortable, and they have a big drip of aqua gyranis to regularly sort of treat him. And after a few hours, he becomes conscious.
Pouring money into his veins.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
He's conscious, but he's also quite not there. Seems quite spaced out still. But you can talk to him.
Still wait until he's able to properly communicate. Otherwise, there might be information that he doesn't think of sharing.
This is about as good as you're going to get with him. Whilst he's, it's like the morphine is keeping him alive.
I see.
But it's also making him really, out of it.
Right. Well, I mean, in that case, then I'll just Carrich will just try to learn what happened. As in, where did they go? Like, just get the general information of most of what they read in the diary. But obviously, Carrich doesn't know, so he tries to be polite and get to know what happened.
You're all together now. You could.
Yeah, we've caught.
Okay, then in that case, just try to learn about the location of this the Stormvault that they were pursuing.
Cool. So basically, it takes hours trying to talk to him and get any meaning from from the words that he's saying. So you have to do an extended guile test. Well, anyone can do it, or you can do it together.
I'll do it. I have some. What's DN?
So it's DN 4, and you need 8 successes, and every roll is an hour speaking to him.
You're welcome.
Oh wow!
It's a strong start.
Wow. Okay.
That point was well spent already.
Cool. You need another 4. That's 1 hour of talking to him.
Nice. He's pretty communicative. I see. He's not putting up much of a struggle in terms of giving information. He's not like being difficult. He's pretty easy to.
He's just his mind's all over the place. He's talking like he's sort of in a dream, and then he's, an example of something he's saying is, we told the lizards we were seeking emberstone in the volcanoes. They believed us. You're like, yes, but what about this treasure? You fool.
No, we'll be. Understand the mind is a delicate tool to unravel, so we'll be relatively sensitive in terms of where we're trying to get him to.
Yes.
Sensitive molasses. Yes.
Yeah.
Sensitive. Let's say right. Let's say tactical then, not sensitive.
I imagine you also conjuring illusions as well.
I was going to say yes. If there's any conjure the lizards or familiar faces or
look, it's your wife.
I was looking at the documents of any people. He seemed to. I would not look like actually. To be fair, so that would really help. When was he happy? They were happy, weren't they? They were happy when. Stone plus. Well, maybe I use my illusions more to kind of to make him look. If he can see cuts on his arms, maybe I illusion to cover up all the any sense that he's been harmed, or to calm him as much as possible. Not to help him, but just to make sure he gives us more information quickly. Anyone else going to do a guile test? You got to do it. We've got 4. We get 4 more. We might as well all do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Why
I don't think all of you can guile at the same time.
Oh, okay.
We do a bit of a group. It's a group therapy. It's like you listen
group
to
guile.
Molasses talk to a sick man for 3 hours.
1 hour so far.
Well, you can go and leave him whenever you want.
Yeah.
If you don't want the information.
I won't slit his throat. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Zuriel would stay just to make sure that Molasses doesn't kill him.
Yeah, kind of same here.
He's looking like he's certainly the Draedin guys. I think he needs to go. It's the humane thing to do.
Yeah, you had already expressed more than once that he should be killed. Maybe Zuriel just stand quietly in the corner then while the guileful one does the business.
So it's that. It's casting illusions to make him feel calm. Maybe if the room looks quite medically, making it seem kind of nice and I don't know, fabrics draped everywhere. It's very nice. It's all very calm, and just basically trying to gently get him to the point of what he learned about the path. That's what we're looking for. Is what he learned about the actual landmark, maybe to follow, or some signifiers to follow the path. Maybe part of it is to say we're going to go and help save the rest of the group. We're going on a rescue mission to go and save them. So we need to know the exact path, and we can find them and bring them all home safely.
Sure.
Including insert name of someone from the journal that didn't make it. I don't know. I lost who died or not. Yeah, cool. Generally looking for more information on the path.
Yeah, I'll give you an advantage for that.
Oh, lovely. Would you want to roll another guile?
Yeah, another guile. So DN will be 3
right.
With advantage.
Groovy baby. Here we go. God, that's interesting. I've tapped before I started. DN 3. Yeah. Another 2 successes.
That's awful.
Yeah, all right. Try my best. At least I'm trying over here.
Alright, so there's only 2 more to go. You've been talking to him for 2 hours at this point.
Oh. It's a long talk. It's worth it though.
Yeah.
Her knife blade fingers are twitching.
Yeah. Go on. Roll me 1 more.
Alright. Here we go. Still advantage, or have I lost it?
I think your tactic is working, even though you've only got 2 successes.
All right. There you go. Done.
All right.
Easy. 3 hours later.
So, let me just copy and paste this into the. Ugh. Okay, I'm not going to copy and paste it because the formatting is stupid.
No.
So, you learn the following. Corin was second in command of Dawid Heartrock's expedition. He is the sole survivor. And some of the cryptic things that he said were as follows. Dawid and his followers cursed us when we turned back. He swore he would take revenge for the betrayal. He also said we could see the Crimson Twins when we turned back. Which... oh no, where's the map?
He's got a map. That'd be really helpful. I just
No, the Searing Sea map, so you can... let me show it to you again.
Oh
So
yeah,
you
nice.
can see the Crimson Twins, those sort of volcanoes.
Yes.
What do they call them? Twins. There's loads of them.
Oh, bloody
Yeah.
hell. So okay, so we got a sense that we know kind of where they went at least. Cool.
Quite a long walk then.
Yeah.
Yeah, he also says the thing about the lizards. We told the lizards we were seeking Emberstone in the volcanoes, and they believed us.
Much more to is there. And is that all we get from 3 hours?
And then one last thing before he passes out. He tells you that at Heartrock's fort, Dawid made observations that pointed the way and set up markers, but the white rocks are lies.
What was that first bit? You said Heartwood is...
At Heartrock's fort, Dawid made observations that pointed the way and set up markers, but the white rocks are lies.
Okay. White rocks are lies.
And then he passes out. And the sort of the healers do the old who's the nurse in Harry Potter?
Pomfrey.
Bloody Madam Pomfrey's coming in there telling you to get out and
Right.
stop
It's
pestering that patient.
It's pretty useless information to have in my head, isn't it? The name of the nurse and the witch and...
Yeah, how
It's pointless, isn't it? Why do our brains do this? And I forget so much. And there it is. Madam Pomfrey's just in the end.
Yeah, it's the repetitions.
This is true. I read the books quite a lot.
Yeah. So as you sort of leave the room, a woman approaches you in the hallway, who claims to be married to someone who was on the expedition, and is asking you if you...
Olly?
Yeah, am I still here?
Oh, you kind of frozen, but your voice cut out for a bit. We heard that last bit. Oh, they can hear us.
What's going on?
Oh, we can hear you now. We can hear you now.
Yeah, we can hear you, but you can't see you. Let me just reconnect.
We heard you say what's
Yeah.
going on. We are moving.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
okay.
webcam cuts out and then my audio
You-
cuts out.
No, you're fine.
All we heard was we were approached by someone who was married to someone on expedition.
Yeah, and they ask you for news of the expedition, if there are any survivors, if there are any records that they could see. and whether or not they found anything.
Well, this is very sensitive information. Who are you affiliated with on this very important mission?
She says, my husband was a porter by the name of Haltwhistle.
Quickly reading, turns around to quickly read my notes. Haltwhistle? That's not a real name.
That's a made-up name.
I wish it was text.
All names are made up.
This is true. What's that from?
I don't know.
It's definitely something. I'm trying to have it.
It sounds like a Guardians of the Galaxy bit of dialogue, but
It does a bit. I'm sure I remember the name Haltwhistle. I think it's one of the first to die, wasn't it? What was it? Kendrick. Never again.
let me help you scan.
It actually is from Avengers.
Is it?
Yep.
When?
Yeah.
When?
I will find the exact information for you.
You do
while
that, or
your information.
Yeah, but I cannot just Control F on these notes.
Thor, I need to go to Nidavellir.
Oh
Drax, Nidavellir, that's a made-up word. Thor, all words are made up. That's a nugget of wisdom from Thor.
yeah.
Nice, good old Thor.
When he's being sassy.
Oh, it's not first of it. You mean Avengers Infinity War?
Yes, not the original.
No, exactly.
The original game-changing, but probably hasn't aged well at all. Avengers.
The creator of it certainly hasn't.
Oh, it sure has not. It sure is tarnishing some of the things that I love, like Firefly.
And Buffy.
Damn you, Joss Whedon.
I can't find his bloody name, but
Well, you can always use intuition.
To
See
figure out what happened to Haltwhistle.
to be like that's a
That's a made up
Yeah,
name.
that's a stupid name.
Wait, I don't have intuition. Oh, I do. Oh, it's not really great there. Yeah, go on then. Yeah, I think the main thing with from Molasses' side is that it's just, I don't want to give too much away to a randomer. But also, if they know anything, would be helpful. Again, still feel pretty unknowledgeable where to go. DN for a intuition test?
4 because it's a opposed test.
Of course, it was a lucky roll.
Right.
Cripes.
Right.
Okay, let's do.
I'm sure I read that bloody name.
Okay, so it's
What was her partner's name again? Sorry.
Haltwhistle. Whistle.
No, I can see Artrock and Hundrathol, but not. Ooh.
So I also got 4.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
we'll go for the most amount of 6s. So I think you were a little bit tipped off by just how frenzied most of the people were around the town seeking information.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
you
good
don't really feel like this person. It could just because you're a heartless murderer, but you're like you're way too cool about this.
I see. That's a good thing. And I think again, at the end of the day, if we're thinking of going after this vault and Zuriel has confirmed that many people are looking for it, we're probably going to keep our cards pretty close to our chest. So our answers would be something on the lines of, well, yes, we had one survivor, but unfortunately, the entire party is dead. No rumors or information was found, and the remaining person is near death and completely inconsolable. I'm sorry to say. Kind of getting twitches, so it's hard to even pretend to be sorry. But she's good at lying, so that's all good. So yes, unfortunately, there's no news. But rest assured, if we find anything out, we'll let you know. You'll be the first to know.
She says, "Oh, thank you," and There wasn't perchance anything else that was found with the survivor at all?
I give her like the knife and the bottle and the scrap. This was all he had in his leather satchel, unfortunately. Completely mad, the man is almost dead to a bone. All we heard was that the rest of the expedition were also murdered on the way, unfortunately. Horrible stuff, very unfortunate, she says with a smile.
You know what I'm going to ask you to do?
What?
Could roll me some guile?
I get an opposed test because it's a lie.
Yes.
Yeah, it's come in handy already. This is great.
I'm pretty sure there's no deception there isn't.
Well, I'm lying to her. I'm telling nothing is undefined. Seems pretty deceiving.
Deceiving?
Deceiving.
Yeah. Deceiving.
I'll give you an advantage on the post test to deceive others.
What? You get advantage on the post test?
To deceive others, such as when telling a lie. That was the Talmite, so that's taken the start.
Nice.
So advantage was that just brings it down a DN or...
Yep, so it's just DN3.
Lovely, so guard DN3, let's do it. Ooh. Only just. Well, how many do I need actually?
Well, she'll guard you right back, mate.
Oh, gosh. Oh, bugger off, mate.
Sorry, I'm back.
Didn't know you left, mate.
I said... yeah, okay.
What's her DN to put? How's that with them? What's her DN to beat me? Is it 4 as well?
Well, I couldn't possibly say. So she says, she just looks at you and says, "Very well, I'll." And then she just points to like she can see where you're keeping the journal. Since you're most wearing a skin tight outfit, right, and a cloak.
I don't think I'm quite like the character. I feel like I'm wearing cloaks. But fine, if you want to identify a bulgy journal.
She says, I just happened to see a very damaged journal on your person. I don't suppose that belonged to the survivor."
No, it's very unfortunate. I'm an avid note taker. Oh my good lord. Apologies for my friend Carrich. He's also dying. He was on the expedition too. Are you okay, mate? You alright? Choking? Good? You okay? Cool. Just a cough.
Oh, did you get a little bit of hobnob in your throat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jammed right in the...
Whiskey went down the wrong way.
I'm not drinking whiskey.
No. I mean, an avid. Just my dream journal. I take a lot of notes over what I dream. Mostly just a lot of puppy dogs and flowers, and lovely things, all these nice things. But no, I did happen to drop it in a big puddle of disgustingness as we were down by the harbour earlier this evening. I take it out and I pull it out and I cast an illusion to make it look like exactly what I said.
Okay, fair enough. Are we gonna have to roll?
For God's sakes!
I can roll awareness. Oh, sorry, intuition to see if I can beat your illusion.
Oh yeah, for my illusion. You inspect the illusion, make a DN4S. So I do have to roll I have to roll successes. Fine, all right. Well, I'm going to use metal to overcharge it as well, I guess.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, great. So I'm going to double the... what should I double? I guess I'll double the... Yeah, I'll double the focus, won't I? Cool. She better be someone important, not some random pedestrian that's like pushing me to my ends of my abilities.
I mean, the funny thing is, all the rolls, the fact that you can see what the rolls are, out of character, you would know this is not just some random person. This is clearly someone as deceptive as you are.
Good. Okay, actually, what I'm going to do is I think it's actually going to get 5, so I'm going to double the training.
when I roll dice.
I'm back.
Click training. The DN is 2. I draw 5. I double my training using metal.
Yep.
What do I give a bonus, right? But how do I?
Yeah.
I don't know how much that is.
How many points of training do you have?
2. Oh,
So
double training.
yeah.
Right, great. That makes a lot of sense. Of course, stupid me. There we go. Right, 6 successes and 2 focus points. So, yeah, that's 8 successes. That can't be right. Wait.
Why are you doing 2?
It's DN 5. 5 2. That can't be right. That's a lot. It seems like a lot.
Did you put in your training value of 2, or did you double it?
Yeah, I put in 2. I've got
Okay.
a bonus of 2. I have a mind of 4 and 2 training. I guess it's 6. Yeah, it's 6, and then another 2, so it's 8. Yeah,
Okay.
8 successes. So that would be.
But the DN isn't 2.
Yeah, it is. Illusion's DN 5 2.
That's
So you-
the other way. That's the wrong way around.
The other way around. There we go. My God, I'm so
But it's fine. We can keep that roll because
That's fine.
You basically
Well,
get three successes.
It's yes, 3 successes. So it's that's rubbish. Look at those 6s as well. I should have gone metal. I got it wrong. I should have gone the other way around.
Intuition time.
Yes. So you've got to be DN 4 3 mind awareness.
4-3.
Oh, fuck you.
Guess who also has training and a point of metal? This round
Well,
of Bonnh.
If I'd got it the right way around, I'd have doubled my focus.
You would have doubled your focus, eh?
Yeah,
Which
because I thought I'd get more successes. I thought I had to be a 2. So.
You know when you learn.
It's true. Best way to learn.
I think she just turns to leave and says, "Well, thank you for your information, and I believe you got a bit of jungle mud on your book from your puddle."
Yeah, I sleep in the jungle. I think that went very well, everyone.
Orixion's like, "Oh, it's like watching 3D chess. It's like watching PMQs."
Really,
Right.
it's about what was said.
It was clinical. Right. So, with that bit over with, you return to your chambers, your residence,
Residence.
and after a couple of days, roll me a awareness test. Anyone who wants to.
Oh, awareness bot reporting in.
Go for it.
Do we all do it, or is it just Zuriel's thing?
Anyone who's keeping an eye out, who's generally like on alert.
And Molasses
no,
is
You're
it's
off duty, Zuriel.
that's just fuming in a room, trying to think back on the conversation how she could have been better. I was very disappointed in myself.
Reliving the conversation in the
Actually,
shower.
Carrich will try to do something about
Sad
it.
little
What's
2
the end?
successes.
Four?
It's a full 3.
Ah,
Oh, 4-3. So that means 3 4s, right? Yeah.
Did you? Oh no, you can't. You got any training in that double, Zuriel?
I do, and I didn't think to use it.
Wow. Well,
Fair.
there you go.
All right. Okay. Everything is fine, according to you all.
This
So
hasn't
you
happened
got-
before.
So you guys did really well on your awareness test then.
Yep. And now we know that everything's fine.
As far as we know, we did.
Yup.
Just like how I'm sure that conversation went really well and she didn't learn anything from us.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Like,
think overall,
We're all smashing it. I
pretty,
think.
pretty on it, you know.
Yeah, not missed a single beat right now. On top of everything. What could go wrong?
So, after a few days,
you die.
a flying ship crashed into your house.
If only you'd been more aware.
Yes. All right. Next campaign. Band of Blades. Yeah, so you get called to the Dauntless Hall to see old Morgan Kassan, and the town is still abuzz with the rumours of the Stormvault, and you hear all sorts of rumours. Like there are more survivors who are coming in, and the lone survivor has turned into a demon and is raging around the infirmary, and the conclave is keeping it under wraps, all that sort of stuff. Go.
Can I even spend the time trying to sow kind of counter rumours and spreading fake news to the contrary? It's been a couple of days.
I suppose, yeah.
Would you have been doing that anyway?
I think so. Where you say would? Well, intentionally, slipping in out of gatherings at night, slipping in. I go, I heard that everyone died. There's nothing to find. Disappearing again, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Like the genie, right? Yeah,
absolutely.
The song.
Yep, that's the one.
Cool. Yeah. There's even, you hear rumours of some horrible beast that's been unleashed in the jungle by the failed expedition. But yes, Morgan Kassan sort of lays down the facts for you. She says that Corin has now passed away.
Oh.
It wasn't me, all right?
But she asks you for the information that you learned from him before he died, and anything that you could, any other information that you'd learned, basically.
We like this person?
I think we have no real reason to distrust.
Yeah. Carrich shares everything.
Oh.
No need to
Glasses
roll.
is like, I wonder if we can like. So,
Stop. Here we go.
Are you ready? Sit down.
Mrs. Holtwhistle, I presume. We meet again. So she sort of reiterates that Dawood Heartrock's expedition found clear evidence of a Stormvault's location, and she says, while this is big news in and of itself, the reason why it concerns the safety of Anvilgard is because by now the Blackscale Coil will have definitely learnt about it, along with the whole city. And she's convinced that they are going to make their own expedition to go find it. And that they must be stopped. She says, according to this journal and the information that you found, it took their Heartrock's expedition at least a month to get as far as it did. To travel to the vault and back will require a substantial and well-equipped expedition. The journal says nothing of the Stormvault itself and all of its traps and guardians. So she is tasking you with heading your own expedition to the Stormvault. And I know you couldn't have seen this coming. I know this is coming as a surprise. But this is the quest.
I didn't know where this was going. Are you telling me that if we had succeeded in deceiving the person back in the thing, maybe the rumours wouldn't have spread to the Black Coil? Or would that still happen?
I can't tell anything, mate.
No, I just want to know for my personal.
that was nice try.
Save that for the rewards screen in like a month and a half's time.
I was going to say yes. I'll time I'll forget.
I think we now know all we need to know.
Although it still seems, they're going to need a lot of supplies.
Yeah. So she says the conclave has unanimously voted to authorise a massive budget for the expedition, and have secured the services of Draedin Stormcloud, a veteran explorer, to lead you through the wilderness.
Say that again.
Draedin Stormcloud.
Draedin Storm. Is he what? Is he like one of these two jump wobbles?
No.
Stab another one.
It does sound like a good honourable name.
Yeah.
Does it? Yeah.
And she says, with all possible haste, it should be possible for the expedition to leave within a week.
I mean, a week seems like a long time.
So,
How many expeditions have you organised?
Well, Daryl hasn't, but you know, Carrich has.
cool. So you return to your residence, and you find that the journal is gone.
Oh dear.
That implies I took it off my person.
It does rather imply that.
Mm-hmm.
It does
Like you
rather
did
imply
that.
that.
Are you saying I was some kind of fool that would leave it lying around that table,
How could you do such a thing?
not breathing an illusion that nobody can break through?
And
Huh?
you were supposed to be the sneak.
Well,
Hmm.
this is why I think this seems a bit unfair. This is casting aspersions when I've done nothing to. It's describe it to me how.
Did you never undress? Do you never take anything off?
No, Molasses never gets. She's a shower. She likes to be covered. She's still covered in grime from the first encounter.
Okay, fine. I'll give you that. If you kept it on you at all times.
Yeah, it doesn't seem likely. She's not one to sleep in a nightwear, hanging upside down from the ceiling like a bat. Maybe.
Yeah, but you do know that you have to take. You have like it's not like a video game. You have like inventory, and that's just all in a separate dimension.
I mean, to be fair, she obviously sleeps. So if you want to say someone was able to break in and take it from her while she was sleeping, then yeah, that's your decision to make.
I think they would have waited till you were out. So if you're definitely not leaving it in the house, then
I can't see a world where she would, especially after that encounter with the woman being quite suspicious of it being information. And being probably quite what's the word? Lashing herself that she even showed the book at all, which is an unnecessary flourish of arrogance that maybe comes from dearly.
yeah.
Could have just not shown her the thing, really.
Okay.
But so yeah, probably quite protective of it.
I believe you.
Good save.
Thanks.
Okay, so you can Stormcloud. So you can basically, for the next week, you can help to plan the expedition. And ways you can do this are as follows. They're like endeavours. So you can research the jungle. That's a nature test. You can help recruit the members for the expedition. That's determination or intuition. You can craft specialized equipment. Good old crafting. You can also research the mentions of the lizards that keep cropping up. So which you sort of believe could be the Seraphon. So you can do a lore test to see what you can find out about them. Or you can do an Arcana or lore test to see if you can find any information about the Stormvault.
Not to sort of try and preempt what the rewards might be, but would Zuriel, would we know what sorts of things they are attempting to craft, and that would sort of have a bearing on whether or not Zuriel thought he had any expertise to offer in the area? Because if it's like, oh, we're going to make some wagons and like spears, he'd be like, I could spend my time better.
Yeah, so it will just be the mundane supplies that you will need.
Not that then.
No, the machetes and that kind of thing, torches and yeah.
Can I help recruit members, but do it by being more crafty and more going around pretending that it's an easier job than it might be, or using a bit more guile to recruit members? There's lying to them and trying to convince people to join, less based on determination, intuition, more based on just tricking them into it being like a good easy ride. Tell them it's like a week's journey down the road. Should be a laugh.
So you can do that, but when they realise you were lying, you will not see as much of a benefit as if you would do this, because this is kind of like a leadership test. You kind of like try to inspire them to sign up for this great adventure and this important mission.
I am no cardinal.
That's true.
This is all I've got.
Could you just run through those options one more time?
All of them.
Yes.
Research the jungle, nature, selecting the members, determination or intuition, crafting gear, crafting, the Seraphon, lore, researching the Stormvault, arcana or lore.
So I'm going to just outright pick one because that's the only one that I can do, which is recruit. If you don't mind.
Sure.
Shall I just do it now or wait till everyone picks something?
So it's a DN 4-8 determination or intuition extended test.
I've lost
So
all
just
confidence.
so roll me three of those tests.
Okay, maybe someone else also wants to help because I'm not that good at determination then.
Well, again, seeing Carrich try and recruit probably quite competitive, but I still will try and recruit using guile. But unless you tell me that probably wouldn't go in the same pool of recruits, then I might have to just do it sensibly.
You say determination or intuition on recruiting?
You surely have students, lore or
Yeah,
arcana?
Zuriel. I mean, I was thinking that Zuriel would probably march about inspiring.
Yeah, do that.
Based, follow me in Sigmar's name type inspirational speeches. So I think he will assist with that, while Orixion will definitely go and do some arcana and book reading.
Which one are you going to research on? Are you going to research on the Stormvault or the?
That's the only arcana one. So
yeah.
I'll research the middle things that did pique Molasses' interest, and she is most kind of interested in what's out there to learn. So
Right. So how are we doing this?
So each of you do 3 tests for each of your endeavours.
Are they all 8 treat, you think?
So the select the members is 4-8.
Well, then these guys do that then.
The Seraphon is 4-10 lore.
Bloody.
And then the Stormvault is a 5-8 arcana.
I feel great about that.
Well, do your. I assume
maybe help out each
I
other?
assume they are.
I think we lost Olly again.
Oh, yeah.
I'm back.
Hello.
Don't know why it just flickers out like that. It's irritating.
So I was saying, can 2 of us do the same thing to help each other out?
Yeah, you can both do that if you want.
Do you wanna go first?
Yeah.
Milo?
Sure. Intuition ahoy. Bonnh. Okay. Solid. Middling.
Determination. Please don't fail me.
It's got a 3 out of 8. 5 out of 8.
Okay. Would now be a good time to use a metal point?
Yeah, I think that would be a good time to use it.
I feel like that would be a good time. No!
No.
Oh,
Oof.
Alright, that's fine. We still have 2 left. Well, maybe now we should worry a bit.
that's cool. It's cool. I've definitely got this. 100% got this.
Yeah, okay, there we go. I'm just gonna roll just to see what's gonna happen.
All right.
Oh, well.
So how many successes have you got overall?
10.
All right. So.
Assume that's 100 men.
All women.
Yes.
Fair.
So you've helped to raise the quality and loyalty of your team. So one of you make a one of you make a note that you got 10 on that because it will give you extra dice to leadership tests.
10. Success.
How many bodies do they recruit then?
You'll find out. You'll find
Right.
out.
What was my ridiculous law test then? Something 10?
4 10.
10.
What's your? How many dice do you get?
4 per test, so it's pretty.
It's
doable.
doable, but it's,
And metal only doubles training and focus. If you have no training and focus, metal is useless. Is that what we're?
Yep.
Wicked. Well, let's just go natural then, shall we? Let's just do it. So again, 4. It's 4-10, not even 3-10. Are you sure you read that right?
Yes. They are quite secretive.
Let's see how secretive they are.
2. Okay, we've got.
So now you have to
still
get.
alive.
We're on the scoreboard.
So now you gotta get 4
2
successes
4s.
both times.
2 4s. Ah, it's not likely, is it?
Please.
Oh, it's not bad.
No.
I'm going to assume there's got to be some percentage going there, right? Can't just be all or nothing.
What should be a 0 now?
Okay,
Oh.
not great. It's 4. There's 4 overall. No 6. No, sorry, 6. 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Okay, so you really struggle to find any information
Yes, I do.
about the Seraphon, interaction between the Seraphon and Emerald Guard. You know that they are rumoured to be nearby, near the Crimson Peaks or whatever they were called.
Crimson Twins. That's the one.
Crimson Twins. But you don't really come up with more than that, unfortunately.
I mean, I already knew that.
I'm sorry.
Well, now it's got it confirmed, man. It's in a book.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Oh, thank goodness. Well, at least we know 100% true that the stuff.
I did not expect that. Well done.
Fine.
Maybe you should be better at what you do.
This isn't what I do. I was going to go and lie to everyone, but you guys said you would do it, so I thought I knew you to do it. All
Yes, I mean I know you love lying, but at some point Carrich has to just stand his ground.
and it paid off. You recruited a fine band of bastards, so it should be all right.
Go on then, Orixion. Roll to research.
1 moment. How many successes does he need?
Is he doing 5, 8?
Oh yes. It also feels quite unlikely that we're going to have success in the area, as
Yeah, 5,
we
8 is.
are broadly incapable of non-combat tests. Damn, 5 is there.
Yeah, but it's 3 tests over the course of a week, so you can use metal on each.
Yeah, hasn't got any. Hasn't got any.
Fine.
To do. So, could still do it. You know, it's doable.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah, you know, it's
Oh,
that's
Jesus.
not technically doable anymore. But,
But just for shits and giggles.
okay.
Wow.
Orixion, you are doing pretty good.
I feel better about myself.
Very nice.
Amazing.
Um,
So what has Orixion learned?
Yes, it's a good question.
Orixion finds out about Stormvault for the first time.
That might
After
be
hearing
it,
about them
yeah.
for the first time.
Yeah, all these things don't sound like 3 out of 8 kind of things. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's a wash, I'm afraid, for Orixion.
He just simply finds a copy of Stormvault by Andy Clark, and it's like, doesn't seem relevant.
Oh look, it's Zuriel on the front cover.
Just literally.
Great. So as part of your week of prep, you're invited to to one of the larger taverns for yourself and the other recruits or volunteers or whatever you want to call them, and you get to meet Draedin Stormcloud. And I don't know like the sexual preferences of the party, but I've got to warn you, he's a straight up hottie. I mean, look at this guy.
A hottie with a body.
Jesus. Handsome chap.
Yep. Gotta admit.
I mean, the ears are maybe a little too.
That's just racist.
Might be a little racist, I apologise.
Maybe the Shadowstalkers
Then
prefer a smaller ear.
Yeah, good point. But I don't think she's pretty asexual, I would say. Yeah.
Fair
I
play.
feel like this is probably a really, in terms of this party interaction, an incredibly asexual party.
Sadly, it is.
Sadly, it is.
Carrich only loves his hat. Molasses only loves
Carrich...
blood, and Zuriel and Orixion just have fraternal love for each other.
How dare you? Carrich loves Spirit just as much as she loves Oswald.
This is a good point. Yes,
Come
two
on.
great loves.
It's gonna be so sad
Zuriel.
when you lose your hammer
Come
as well,
on.
isn't it? when you go swimming and just leave it on the boat because you're going to come back for it later.
Leave it in the jungle.
Who would have known? Who would have honestly thought that was going to happen?
Me.
Surely,
yes, apart from you.
surely we know we're about to leave for like a 2-month expedition. Surely Carrich spent this whole week trying to get his hat back. Surely this is his last chance before we venture off into the
Somebody
Well,
sell me your hat.
Coming.
I mean, I've sent our GM.
shocking.
So he's not going to give up.
Oh yeah, I should say, actually, you reminded me, Daryl. Now that you know what you're going to be doing for the next bunch of sessions, I will now accept short-term goals.
I mean, define the period of time a short goal.
I see what you
will
meant.
be accomplished.
A short-term goal would be you can get 1 XP from them per mission, basically.
So that'd be basically until we've completed whatever. I know we don't know, but we assume until we've
Yeah.
got to the Stormvault and done
Yeah,
whatever we have thing in the Stormvault.
Yeah.
I've got the. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
And then long-term is this
Campaign long.
Yeah.
I've got the perfect plot twist for you, Olly. We get to the Stormvault, and it's Daswell that's inside.
Yeah. The real Daswell.
You saying I had a fake? How dare you?
I think.
Do you want us to discuss that openly, or more think about it and let's use privately about short-term goals?
Yeah, I don't think you'll be able to solve them in half an hour. So
No,
you can go away. But yeah, if you have any ideas now, then yeah, throw them at me.
Well, just based on the mission, and like you say, but it depends what Zuriel's mission will be. But again, based on what we're going out to do, the one thing that Molasses doesn't want is this item to get out there because it sounds antithetical to like survival of the fittest, healing wounds and sicknesses. So, but I don't want the same mission as Zuriel, I suppose. But I imagine still a mission would be to either destroy or ensure that it's never fallen in the hands of anybody else. The artifact. That's
okay.
But I assume it might be Zuriel's mission as well. So I don't know if that's
Yeah, very, very much so. I'm just contemplating whether, I suppose it's a sort of one for you, Olly, as to whether that thing that we're being sent out to do, that's my goal.
Yeah. That's a good
Or if I can think of something that is sort of adjacent to that. because that's what I was thinking as well. But it's like it feels a bit like
Yeah, well, it's more specific. It's more specific. Like, obviously, we could take the item and take it back and use it for our own personal good. I suppose it's more Molasses skill.
I might think about mine.
Well, I'll have another. Yeah, I have another potential
way.
one. So I will ping both of you. That's rather. It's more fun.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, it's a tricky one. I think it takes practice, and it's easier when you make your own adventure, so you can steer things towards the party's goals. But
yeah,
I think we can make some motions to blend them together. But yeah, it also just depends on what your characters, I guess, would personally want to do in this sort of expedition. I mean, yeah, if Molasses doesn't want anyone to get healed of ailments there. Because the main mission is to stop the Blackscale Coil getting it.
Sure. Which is kind of the same short-term goal.
But so it still sort of becomes the same thing.
Yeah.
But if you're like, oh, we bring it back, we give it to the Conclave, whatever, don't care what happens to it, you'll still get the XP for completing the mission.
I wouldn't get a bonus XP for hiding it or keeping it or locking it. I mean, it might, again, if Zuriel wasn't pouncing around, she'd snap it in half when she gets there.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, on that point, I don't think Zuriel would necessarily have a problem with. Well, no, probably would, because if it's something that was done by Sigmar.
Yeah, exactly. He couldn't break it himself.
Sigmar's decision to lock it away because it perhaps couldn't be or shouldn't be destroyed.
Yeah.
Then Zuriel's goal in that way would end up opposed to Molasses, that it would be, this needs to be secured. And I'm not sure I want to select as opposing goals.
Yeah, no, also similar, like say if the plan was like
that would be fun.
Cave in the entrance or like collapse it so that no one can ever get to it. But that's also, I think, but anyway, that's because I assume the excitement about it is obviously like this place has got a lot of sickness and nonsense going on. That's probably why they're excited about it, because there's rumours of an artifact that could probably stop them from worrying about forest and infections. That'd be my assumption on why everyone's so excited by this, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. But there'll be some ideas.
Cool.
And weave them in.
Yeah, we can workshop it.
Lovely.
Right, so you're in this tavern. Draedin Stormcloud prowls into the tavern, holding his drink, and everyone immediately goes quiet and looks to him as he walks in.
Molasses is unaffected sexually or otherwise. Just making that clear.
Yeah, that's one of your talents, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Cannot be sexually involved.
Yeah, I think you even say that as he walks in.
Yeah, he does. I can't be sexually totally.
I am not attracted to you. Oh, Stormcloud. Put away those biceps. Stop. That's another Infinity War quote. Stop rubbing his biceps.
Great film.
Just having watched that episode of What If, there's the bit where Coulson spots Thor and he's like, he's a tall Caucasian male, beautiful hair. And then Hawkeye later is like, no, Coulson was right. This guy's got beautiful hair.
I like that.
Really
A lot of people weren't a fan of that one.
Yeah,
I imagine that's what everyone's thinking as Stormcloud walking in. Even Zuriel's like, I wish I still had it in me to be such a dapper young gentleman. I remember in a previous life, perhaps I would have been jealous of his looks, but now, of course, yes, now I'm focused on delivering Sigmar's justice, of course, yes.
Yeah, you've been reforged so many times. Incapable of it.
That's sad.
It is sad.
Yeah. Although, like, a bit of an aside, but reading Black Talon, she's been reforged like 11 times. He loves it. She's like, oh, I'm even like getting benefits. I'm like Sigmar's even giving me more gifts. It's great.
Interesting. That's a nice take rather than the one that's always very sad.
But they literally, because they're the Vanguard, not conclave, enclave or whatever it's called, chamber.
They die a lot.
They basically they get given an assassination target. They go in, kill them, probably die, and then they just come back and get another target.
Psych.
Yeah. Anyway, I digress. So Draedin stalks in, fixes everyone in the room a look, which takes a while. Looks directly at you, Molasses. Takes out their spear and holds it, and starts to speak. And he says, "The first thing you've got to know about the jungle is that it's alive. There's a power running through it. There's sicknesses and parasites in there that no amount of Aqua Gryranis will cure. People worry about the monsters when they go into the jungle, but it's the tiny things that'll kill you." How are you, Molasses? You getting a bit red there?
No. Unaffected.
Okay. He continues.
Sorry, was somebody speaking? I can't see or hear anything.
He's unperturbed. He continues. The next thing you have to know is that it's hot. You'll sweat more in an hour in the jungle than you will in a day on the Flamescar Plateau. And it never cools down. At night in the mountains, it's still hot. Folks go mad from the heat. You'd be a fool to even think of wearing armour in the sweltering heat. And he might look at the chaps, the Stormcast bros. And he continues, "It's hot, but it's not dry. You probably won't be dry from the moment we leave to the moment we get back. Your clothes will rot off your back if you're not careful. There's mud everywhere, and when the rain really comes down, which it does most days, floods appear out of nowhere." Several gulps in the room, and he continues, "Now there's water everywhere, which you might think is good news, but most of it you can't drink. It's full of little things, and like I said, they're the things that'll kill you. I'll teach you how to find safe water, and a drop of Aqua Gryranis will purify anything we're not sure of. But if you or any of the crew start drinking from streams or the like, it could be the end of you." And then he points his spear at you, Molasses, and says, "You won't be able to see far in there either. It's dark, and most of the time you're cutting a path through plants that stand taller than you do."
Oh, you foolish man. You do not understand the power I wield. This sounds like heaven.
He just continues, ignoring the heckler. "If we can find the Draedin's path, that'll help some, but it's been months since he left, and the jungle grows very fast when it wants to. Now, I'm sure you have all faced some terrible challenges in your time, but believe me when I say this might just be the toughest thing you ever do in your life. But if you stick with me and do what I say, it might not be the last thing you ever do in it."
Ooh.
And then
his speech, does Zuriel get the impression that this guy is full of shit? Like
a bit of a Gilderoy Lockhart.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly that. Yeah.
You can roll me an intuition if you want.
Sure will. Yeah. Here he comes. DN4.
Yeah.
Yep. What does Zuriel's piercing gaze and apparent intense knowledge of body language reveal?
Yeah, so So from what you can tell, he does seem legit. And since starting planning the expedition, you've probably heard from other sources that Draedin Stormcloud is quite a famed explorer. Doesn't mean that he's not a Gilderoy Lockhart figure.
You're not necessarily helping this description.
But as maybe as a warrior yourself, you see this person seems pretty capable. But yeah.
Right, Molasses is more than happy to just screech at him. You blundering buffoon. How come you know of this fantastic knowledge? It seems anyone who heads out in that jungle dies in a matter of days. If you're so adept at wandering these forests, why aren't you out there now, saving a party that left and succumbed to such a fate? What say you? Blundering, blunt.
You're not doing a very good job of... Yeah, he just says, I was hired to do a job, so here I am. When I do the job, then I'll go out into the jungle. And I'll be saving your life, no doubt. Multiple times.
Yeah, it doesn't seem likely.
Yeah,
You said...
Well...
Oh, God.
No, go for it.
You said the Draedin. Is that potentially the person name was Daryl? Is this what you mean? Or is that some other path?
Yes, we will try and follow Hard Rock's expedition's path. He left with 200 souls, so I'm hoping that the path is still able to be tracked. But of course, the jungle grows incredibly fast.
Lovely.
I assure you, it's not lovely.
It sounds dark and dank and miserable. I was born in such a space. I lived and breathed the space for most of my life. This is like coming home for me.
You poor soul.
I hope you managed to guide us, for I do not really wish to return to the Anvil of Apotheosis, having suffered the fate of dehydration on a walk.
That's the way to go for you guys.
We will plan the expedition in an expert manner.
Oh, I
Nobody...
don't doubt it, Mr. Stormcloud. Whose first name I've forgotten, so I called him Mr.
Yeah.
Draedin.
Esquire.
I mean, think of the other character who's an ass, Draven, and that's easy to remember.
Well, I've been thinking this whole time that this is just Soulbound caster specs.
No.
Also very true.
Totally is.
No.
Someone completely new, very different.
Can't you hear the South African twinge? It's clearly Soulbound Boba Fett.
There is also that. I'm one episode in.
Fair play.
It was good.
Oh, it gets better.
Have you heard much about the show?
I was going to say, yeah.
No.
Cool. Well,
I've heard it. Well, all I was told is that it starts a bit slow and gets better.
yes.
But it
Sounds
started
like.
fine. So
Good.
yeah.
I've seen the nerds saying like episode 4 and 5 are like the best hours of Star Wars they've seen in years. Because it's basically written by the people who, yeah, you can, without saying spoilers, you can tell us what people wanted to see in The Last Jedi.
Kind of, yeah.
Good.
It's like a fan fiction. Anyway,
But good fanfiction.
yeah.
Why is none of us playing a bloody Boba Fett inspired character? This was stupid.
Well, this was my idea, especially now I learnt about the Knight Zephyros as his.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask.
You know what? Stop having character ideas partway through the campaign, because you make me want to be like, Zuriel, get in the bin. I want to play Whirling Death and Woman.
Just for my own mind's eye, is Orixion kind of like Grimmin from Plague Garden?
No. Oh wait, no, he's not a Castellant, but he has a similar lantern.
Okay, yeah, because the lantern is the thing that made me think that maybe they're the same.
There's another character who's like who's got wings and a lantern, I think.
Yes, I can't remember. He starts with an A, I think. I can't remember the name.
Yeah. He's quite cocky. He is. He's quite sadistic as well. He like really enjoys using his lantern to burn things.
I haven't gotten there yet.
Well, he does in the battle. Cool. All right. So, I can sort of we could start the expedition proper next time, but I can sort of brief you on sort of the mechanics of it.
Yeah.
So basically, there'll be different legs of the journey where you will have to do tests, and like before, you'll be assigned different roles. But basically, there are more roles than the party has people, so you will have to choose which roles to fill. These roles are leader, scout, quartermaster, navigator, and there's also an optional medic role. And for each leg, you can choose. I think you can switch them up.
Well, you can be like, Molasses, you've been drinking all of the water and all of the knives are missing. You will no longer be the quartermaster.
Yeah. Draedin, you can pick to be navigator, or you can do it yourself.
I think I know probably the better of those two choices.
Yeah.
So basically, you have 50 recruits to go with you.
Nice.
Let's
Big
see.
right plate, yeah.
The leader can. So you can. I'm just double checking. It definitely says 50.
You did roll very well.
Yeah. So numbers 50 souls when it sets out. You can assign an extra 1d6 to any roll for every 10 members. So at the beginning you have 5 extra dice you can assign to any of your rolls.
Cool.
Perfect.
So the leader, the scout, the quartermaster, and the navigator will have to do rolls. You can't. If you fail it, you don't just lose your way and die. But if you fail the roll, bad stuff happens.
Yeah, that's expected.
On that leg, including the members of the expedition can die and fall sick and all this sort of stuff, which we'll keep track of.
Sure.
And sick people and dead people can't help towards tests, obviously.
That's reasonable.
So the leader takes charge of the expedition. It is their responsibility to hold the expedition members to their task and take responsibility for the decisions the party makes. This requires good determination.
When you say good determination, what value, what number are we looking at?
It just says good determination. Obviously, big numbers are better.
Weird.
Scouts need awareness. Quartermasters require nature or survival, as they supervise the expedition members and make sure they take sensible precautions in the jungle. and the navigator requires training in survival.
I thought there was like a scout. So there was stealth, nothing for stealth to do. So, checking out ahead.
And the medic role is obviously medicine. They need.
Right, so the only thing that I can try to do are awareness or determination. But for both, I only have 3 dice. So
I
there's
think
that.
Zuriel, the ever-aware, should probably take the role of scout since his awareness has saved the party's lives repeatedly.
Well, Carrich can try to lead.
But we're not using Draedin for any of these roles?
He probably should be the navigator.
Yes. So,
Okay.
can you run me through? Sorry, I'll just run me through the different
Oh no,
things again?
Molasses is going to end up being the quartermaster. That's going to be hilarious.
They all said it. I think I heard.
Leader is determination. Scout is awareness. Quartermaster is nature or survival. A navigator is nature. No, survival, but you need training in that. And then medic is... Oh no, you will actually have enough to do all 5. Medic is medicine.
That's Orixion set since he's got nothing for any of the others.
Just none of my skills.
Well, he can choose himself next week, but
Awareness is mind, so I mean, at least I have 4 mind, so I can roll 4 dice in awareness. So I'll be the scout probably then. It makes sense.
already volunteered for that.
Zuriel's already nicked scout.
Zuriel's
right.
got 4 mind, training, and focus in awareness.
Well then, fucking go for it, mate.
Is nature
So
survival? What's that based off of?
Survival's mind, yeah, alright. I'll be navigator to be. I tell you what, a big quartermaster. That sounds really corporate.
I mean, ultimately, you know what it's going to be.
What?
Rolling dice.
Yeah, but it feels like you've got to still be true
It
to
doesn't
the...
feel very Molasses-y, but then...
I think you're after meeting Stormcloud, you're like, after your boast about, I was born into the darkness, I think you're going to be trying to be like, I'm here to make sure everyone stays alive and is not an idiot and dies.
I hope that ends well.
She's too worried about people dying. To be fair.
I mean, you will if it's, bragging rights.
Maybe. I'll think about it. Are we just? But yeah. I guess Draedin's got pretty good survival, has he?
Yes.
Yeah. Right. Fine.
Yeah. Oh yes. Cool. So that's sorted for. We'll remind ourselves of this.
Yeah, we'll run through it.
When we set off. You also have a supply count.
I was going to say.
So there are 24 supply points.
Mm-hmm.
So each leg takes up 2 supply points. And this represents everything, so food, equipment, axes, machetes, muskets, ropes, tents, hammocks, medicines, all carried by large fire spitters, which are big lizards.
But not the... Can you kept saying a word, Seraphon.
Seraphon?
What's this word?
So they are the new name for the lizard men in Warhammer. Yeah.
They are lizard men, right? I think that's what I first thought, and I thought, it's just eating actual...
Yeah.
Seraphon.
Seraphon. No.
No, but I kind of prefer it this way.
Yeah.
Okay, that's close. Fine, that was close. I'll take it.
Yeah, and obviously if bad stuff happens, then you might lose supplies and everything after you use them up. I think you can consume supply points to heal people, etc., etc.
Can we have done anything in the week to kind of bring any supplies just for ourselves? Maybe stash for a few extra little...
You could have crafted more supplies, but
Oh yes, of course. Yes, that's exactly what we could have done. I remember that being an option. you did present that to.
Yes. And you said
crafting,
no.
Crafting's mined. I could have done crafting. Why is crafting mined? That's just a weird thing to be mined. I should have done crafting.
What would it should have been? Soul?
Yeah, body. It feels like more of a technical, like hands thing. You know.
All those big, strong, hearty watchmakers.
I think that's very mean to watchmakers.
It's basically
my
the
mother was a
Draedin
watchmaker.
Was she?
No.
thing. And your father was a hamster.
A hamster. What was the DN check for crafting?
Oh wow.
That law check was very mean.
4-8.
See, that was just a lot easier. I wouldn't have got that either, but still.
I got the sucker.
Would have felt closer.
So
Cool, very exciting.
yes, and there are also different rules in the jungle because I know you were in the jungle before. Because now you're in it long term. There are some conditional changes thanks to its arduous environment.
Oh dear.
So basically, the complexity of all tests, which is the second number, increases by 1 point for each point of armor you wear.
Huh.
So if you're wearing medium armor, which is worth 2, your DN41 test becomes a DN43.
Or everything and anything, or just like combat?
Everything.
That is pretty uncool, but especially uncool if your name is Carrich.
Mm-hmm.
So you can decide to wear. You can take off your armor, but it says it requires 2 rounds of combat to equip each point of armor. So if you have 2 points of armor, it takes you 4 rounds to put it on in combat.
I think, Carrot, just leave your hammer behind, and what could go wrong?
I mean, the hammer's not
Yeah,
armor.
Well, yeah,
Well,
Carrich's
it might.
already left a point of armor
True.
on the boat. I don't even know why he's got points of armor. Should be rocking 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I could do that. And then I could wait to get them back, I guess. My defense is high enough anyway, usually, so...
Yeah, I mean, nobody's got natural armor. Nobody's a Sylvaneth or a Fire Slayer, no. Got it.
No. Well,
Not feeling great about taking armor off. Also not feeling great about having +2 on all the tests.
I only have 1 armor, so I assume that wasn't natural.
No, I would rather have less armor, but not have to have those +2 on my tests. I mean, I'm gonna struggle as it is, so let's not make it harder.
You'll have +3, won't you?
So yeah, I don't want.
Yeah, probably Zuriel will remove some armor.
And in terms of healing, taking a breather restores 1 point of toughness, not all of it. A rest restores all toughness but no wounds, and a full day and night resting in a campsite recovers all toughness and restores 1 space on the wound tracker. So basically, all the healing things get more difficult.
Rude. Good job. You have a magical healer who can just cast that shit whenever he likes, but won't take the piss.
Okay, right. You mentioned Aqua Garanus a lot, right?
Yeah.
I thought that was currency.
It's both.
Huh?
They
That's
use,
not money.
Yeah, they use the because it's so valuable. They use it as a currency.
Ah. Okay.
But it also has healing powers. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have 85 drops of it. If that helps anyone. Is that good?
Well, it would be nice to have more than 20 if you want to give me some.
No, your characters are always poor. I want to break that trend.
If I had 2 poor characters.
It's quite a high proportion.
Can we have done anything then in the week with our buying? Any shopping we could have done? Any shopping?
Yeah, you can buy anything in the rule book if you've got the money.
Okay.
There's never anything in it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Been here, done that. Every common item in the whole player's handbook is available in this shop, and you're like, I don't really want another dagger.
That's the one thing that I struggle to understand in tabletops. Like, the shop always sucks.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the requisitions in Wang were pretty damn good.
But that's not a shop, right?
It was pretty shoppy.
Well, it was the equivalent of having shops.
Yeah.
Since there were no
Fair.
shops.
I
Well, it's actually
remember.
pretty madness.
Yeah, I remember letting you guys go to like a magic item shop before going to Avernus.
That
Yeah.
was
Oh
fantastic.
yeah, no, I'm not saying you. Like,
But
just
it was-
the
was
tabletops in
also
general.
The one time in like 4 years of role playing that a shop has been exciting.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I never looked
The
at
way you
this
can make
as
it more exciting is like, I guess if you, in D&D for example, you have the things that can actually destroy your armor and your weapons and stuff. So
Becomes
So
a
some-
resource to manage.
yeah, sometimes you want to like give away your weapon, or like that time someone gave a sword to
Hold
someone.
up.
Or something.
You never told us this. You can consume a drop of Aquagaranus to heal a toughness. Is that like in? Do you do that in combat, or do you do that out of combat?
It's probably an action to consume one, I imagine.
Yeah, you can consume Aquagaranus to heal your body. Each drop of Aqua restores 1 toughness. Yeah, that's good to know. As we head into the, I like that. You can eat your currency. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, especially in this realm where everything's so hot.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a
That's kind of fun.
I mean, if you want, you can just tear up 10 pounds and eat them.
I
feels
mean,
great.
I can get finger claws. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Is that better than a dagger?
There are actually some potentially kind of useful items in the adventuring gear section that perhaps a wealthy
Same.
and a charitable chap like Zuriel might have purchased before heading out.
I thought you were all shitting on the equipment.
Well, the thing with, I think the thing with equipment is you don't very often get a chance to shop and then get with a view to what you're going to use it for. So if you go through the book and you're like, well, when am I going to use a grappling hook? And you're like, actually could come handy in a jungle expedition.
Mm.
But normally it's like, oh, ration packs, great. So maybe actually he will buy some stuff. Yeah,
What
maybe.
I've never really understood how weapons do damage. I just let the thing decide. When they say they're plus S, it's just strength.
Plus
Successes.
Success.
So
So
it's
My attack pool from weapon skill, that's it, which is body plus for training, right? I see, so it's just any weapon with a
yeah.
plus success. So that's the same. So why is I wonder why these finger claws are rare, but they're the same as just a dagger, but they cost more, but they're rare. They do slashing. Is slashing good?
Maybe because they can't be taken off you.
Maybe slash with a sharp is evaded. Slash with this. No, I think it unlocks other talents from the looks of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, those weapon traits don't do anything on their own.
Yeah. Yeah, is that it? Just there's melee weapons and ranged weapons and armor. Is that it? Yeah. Alright. Here's what great is it?
But I think the cool stuff in Soulbound is wrapped within your character, really,
I think so,
rather than making it
yeah.
about equipment.
Yeah.
Because all these interesting classes and characters are all quite well equipped already, really.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to play Zweihander and start off
There
as farmers with rakes, and
Nice.
if you don't die in 10 sessions, you can buy a sword, and
Sounds
you'll
like
be
a side effect.
yeah.
There is adventuring gear that could potentially be a grappling hook.
You're just saying the things that I've said.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wonder if you are present with us.
Only 99% of the time. I've just been-
Yeah, there's a grappling hook. There's climbing gear.
Imagine if you had your grappling hook when you try to jump from one side of the.
Yeah, but I can kind of jump over anyway, so it's like if it's in shadow.
What's it called? I can't remember.
On the defoliant factory.
Yeah, what the hell is that?
I could attach it on like a belay, so I might not fall in.
I can't remember.
Yeah, that's Carrich. Is there maybe more equipment in the extra rulebook?
Do you know, bro?
There might be actually, yeah.
It is cool. I mean, I'd look at. I mean, you can. Yeah, I can realize you could buy a mule and you could buy feed per day.
Stuff in the other book, but it's not the sort of stuff you could just buy at a shop. It's all
Sure,
like
sure.
super rare shit.
There is another book as well. I think it's all about like artifacts and stuff, and where you can craft special magical items and things. And
have we not earned any currency while playing?
Mercenaries.
This is so crazy. We can buy a sailing ship for 90,000 drops. just like how fucking long do you have to play? And also, just conjure one as an illusion. Well, still.
Well, then
cool.
save it.
Yes. No, illusion myself sailing. It's fine. I had no idea, but it's really cool that you can buy all the stuff there, to be fair, even though it is all a bit pointless. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool. A disguise kit. It's exactly how much I have, 85 drops. A disguise kit.
Yes, the book's called Artifacts of Power.
Powder, makeup, a few wigs, and soft putty.
A vast selection of magical weapons, armor, and artifacts, along with methods of randomly generating your own.
Now you're talking.
Well, at least I know I can get some toughness back from drinking my money.
I wonder if that's got Thunderstrike armor in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, please.
It came out after 3rd edition.
I mean, it probably won't know, will it? These books will have been done ages ago.
I'm not too sure. They're releasing the one with the Cruel Boys in it.
Okay, maybe then.
That was less than a year ago. Anyway, I am going to head off.
Yeah.
Would there be